Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios and live on Grove Street FM. You're listening to Cool Talk Live, brought to you by Brown's Heating and Air, with your host, Brandon Brown.
Good morning. Welcome to Cool Talk. I'm your host, Brandon, and we are here today on February, let's see, what are we at now? 9th. It's rolling, Woody.
We're almost
rolling.
halfway there.
Yeah, it is crazy, and this is a short month, so we need to add a couple days, like we talked about last week. Get the our year calendar back in.
We have cured everything. We know how to fix the world's problems.
If they'll listen to us,
they just need to let us do it.
They need to let it. And before we get to our guests, we did. If I was reading right, it looks like we had a small little victory in the podcast world this week. I'd seen where the Spotify CEO finally spoke up for Rogan and said, silencing people is not the answer. And like we talked about last week, and I'll be honest with you, I've never listened to him. I don't know what he talks about on there or anybody on there, but it's a major thing for us that have platforms,
Yes.
YouTube, podcast. If they start trying to come in and censor or control, how we are able to express ourselves and our businesses and our personal beliefs, that's something we do not need, no matter whether you believe it or not, or agree with it or not. You can always cut it off. So to me, that was a big, win back that, because they were calling for the government to, hey, you need to censor all of these podcasts and give them rules and regulations on what they can and can't do. And that's just, against freedom of speech and your First Amendment.
And that's one reason that podcasts actually were created. It was because it's not huge studios, huge, broadcast platforms that you have to worry about. Like, these are independent. That's how it kind of got its start. And corporations tend to latch on to that if they see a market.
Right.
And so it's like, this is a platform, and and podcasting is one of the most intimate forms of content and communication, because you have to go and subscribe and you have to hit play. It's not, just thrown in front of your face like most other things are. So that's why it's important. You're absolutely right. It's like people should be fighting for this, regardless of who you listen to or whatever.
Right.
It's like, listen, like, this is like, you have to go seek this content out, and that is like the most purest content. Don't.
Yeah, you got to search it. You can control, if you get to listen to something, you can unfollow, you can switch it around.
That's right. Delete it off your phone. It's
easy. It's a small, I guess. I mean, I call it a victory. It's a small victory to most, but it is a huge thing to keep alert of because of that. And then they start censoring that in your commercials or your TV shows, and we have a right, whether we like a TV show or a talk show or anything or not, whether we like it, agree with it, or disagree with it, they have the right to get on there and say what they want to say. So we have a right to either listen, follow it, or not. So
and most people don't know this, like, this stuff, and I'm not saying right or wrong, I'm just saying that this, like, for example, when I do a commercial and it airs on cable television, right, on Comcast, Chantel, Direct, Dish, the everything but, your WSET broadcast rabbit ears, right?
Right.
So when I do a commercial, like if we do it for a pawn shop, we can't mention guns, we can't show any pictures of guns, we can't even make the sound. And this is in writing. The pew pew sound that you make.
Oh, really?
You can't even make that in a commercial. So when you're talking censorship, like, there's some big issues, but also it just trickles down.
It does.
And like, you're making a commercial, and like, you can't advertise half of what the shop has, and I can't even film in the store.
So you're handcuffed on what they can even advertise.
And the owner can't even advertise their services. So this is, let's keep podcasting
keep these platforms open. That's the reason we're all proud to be American, and no matter what belief, race, religion you are, we all have the same rights, and that's one thing we want to make sure we can keep doing as Americans. So that I saw that come out. I think honestly, the CEO of Spotify did that because I saw where some other platform offered him $100 million to switch.
Rumble.
Well, so maybe now he's like, I better say something before he leaves.
Spotify needs Joe. Joe doesn't need Spotify.
Yeah.
So I think they're playing the money.
Well, we need to come out now and at least.
I'll offer Joe $100 to come over to Grove Street. He can.
$100. Yeah,
$100. $100, Joe.
$100 million.
Yeah.
So I'm not, like I said, I hadn't listened to him. I don't know what
is
on the show. So I'm not saying I agree or disagree with anything he puts out. I just agree that we all should have the right for the platform. So we do need to keep eyes on things like that because, and that's why I said it's always important to vote, no matter what you believe, from the local on up. Vote for what you believe in and make sure you exercise that right every election time comes up to vote. So it starts small and works its way up. So if you're not involved and you don't vote and you don't, insert yourself on some of the things you believe in, then we can't complain when things change and we haven't voted for one way or the other. So just keep your eyes open and your ears open to things that do come down the pipeline and make sure we keep our rights. So
and another right that we have is to eat as much cheesecake and cookies as we want to.
Oh my gosh. I'm looking at 2 stacks of cookies right now. Heart cookies. Valentine's is coming. Oh, actually, man, I forgot it was Valentine's. I might have to put these in my gift. I hadn't forgot. But we are excited to have Jessica today, who is the owner of Simply Vanilla Gourmet Cheesecake. Hi, Jessica.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
No, thank you for coming. I know it was last minute notice because Heather is sick today. She was coming on today, and I had all my stuff prepped for her and questions and things. And I'm like, I need to find a guest. So thank you for coming in last minute and doing it. But thank you for these cookies as well. These look amazing. Woody's got a pack, and I got a pack to take home for the wife and kids. But tell us a little bit about you, Jessica, and how you got into cheesecakes and where a little bit about you and your background and where you are today.
Yeah, first, let me segue from what you were just talking about a little bit. And I can tell you that you can fix a lot of problems with cheesecake.
Yes.
The Golden Girls told us that, right?
So if we offer this to Joe, he might come to Watts Creative. $100 a podcast and a free cheesecake every week.
I'm just saying the value is there.
It's
a lot of negotiations won with cheesecake.
Cheesecake can definitely fix your problems.
Yeah, extremely. Cheesecake, it's such a funny story. We love what we do. For those of you who don't know us, we have a storefront in Lynchburg, our River Ridge location. And then we also have a storefront in Forest, which was our first Keystone store that we had opened. Originally, I was a home-based baker for a while, and it grew popularity. And it's mainly because of our community and its support of small businesses and their ability to talk and to support the talent within the community itself. And so we were able to not only promote our products, but also be able to hire almost 37 team members who really, wanted to get out of the larger chain organizations and really work for a small business company and really be able to represent their talents and their skill sets and be able to be creative and love what they do. And so not only do we get to serve 3,000 cheesecakes, a week to the community and celebrate all of the celebrations that you have coming and going, big and small, but we get to be able to support and grow talent within the community, which I believe is huge for us here, and really looking at the local technical talent as well and the support of that and the opportunities. So there's not a single part of the growth of this company where we haven't looked at it and said, all right, what's an opportunity for our team? What's an opportunity for growth within the organization? And what would that look like, to keep our team members moving forward and really show them what small businesses can do, whether that's, in Central Virginia or whether that is, moving a little bit farther of a radius and taking those risks together to create those opportunities.
Yeah, it's been amazing to see how much you've grown in a shorter time because you opened the Forest, location. What year was that?
That was 2019.
So, yeah. So to actually open that in 19, go through COVID and different restrictions at the same time, and have a second location, and it stands to the fact that the food speaks for itself. And I've gotten the cheesecake before, and actually we got it when Jessica was home based. It was a birthday or something coming up, and I put out, I really want a good cheesecake, and one of our friends had recommended her, and we got a full cheesecake, and it was amazing. And cheesecakes can be really hard to pick because sometimes you get from places and they're real rich and sweet, or but y'all's are perfect. I don't know what y'all the recipe is, but they're not overpowering. There's so many flavors to choose from. And what what was the inspiration behind going from just making big cheesecakes to the minis? Because it's not many places you can go and get like a mini. Then everybody, like me, my wife, and 2 boys, all of us have different favorite flavors. So we all want different cheesecakes. But if we buy a full one, we have to kind of compromise.
Right. And that's what we found. So when we were doing the smaller cheesecakes, I mean, cheesecake is top 5, most requested desserts in the United States. But the thing with cheesecake is everybody likes something very specific. So you want something, a nice clean vanilla bean. You want something that's a little bit more decadent, or you want something that has a little bit of a crunch or a salty. And so this allowed us that opportunity to say within the same household or within the same organization, everybody loves cheesecake, but not everybody loves the same flavor or textures or styles. Plus the ability to gift give.
Yes.
Is huge for this. So the difference between getting a full-size cheesecake if you walk into your local grocery store or you order online and you get those, sampler versions where there's slices, right next to another slice and the flavors meld together and then suddenly they all taste like raspberry. You have chocolate that's supposed to taste like chocolate. It tastes like chocolate sort of raspberry.
Right.
And so this gave us the opportunity to really exclusively make these flavors based on our guest requests. So we have over 50 plus different flavors.
Oh,
and I have
it's
yet
so
to
hard
calculate.
to. If you walk into their store, the Mall of Forest, and you've got in your mind, this is what I want. I'm telling you, you need to go visit it because just to see them all laid out there, it changes your mind. You're like, oh, well, I might as well go and get the 4-pack because usually you can buy 3, get 1.
Yeah.
For is it half off?
Yeah, it's an additional $8 off. So
right.
Yeah.
So go on and get 4 and get 1 of each, flavor and toppings. They look so delicious. So, they are really good. Especially, I love the sample ones because it's just enough for 1 or 2 people to eat and feel satisfied without having to eat a full slice or a full cake. But you're not just cheesecakes.
No.
Y'all have, and people think simply vanilla cheesecake, that's all they are. You've got so much more on the menu now. We
do, yes. I mean, we protect our cheesecakes at all costs. That is our spotlight product at all times. That's the reason why you come in. That's the reason why you always have a lot of variety. And we consistently, try to make sure that it is always in stock for you when you walk in. However, our bakers are extremely creative and our pastry chefs. Their talent levels, that you will find cream puffs, you will find in-house made quiche, you find sandwiches and salads. So if you're coming to pick up a gift, or you're coming to pick up some pastries, you can grab a quick lunch as well. And you can also look at lunch for your office. We have some really awesome options for catering that includes all of our bistro boxes and our box lunches that, of course, include a sweet treat to go along with that sandwich or salad, a side, and then a beverage as well. So we really stepped it up to make sure that we have a nice, well-rounded option for you to come and visit us, and a well-rounded option for your office as well. So our menu for our lunch is extremely clean. We have a lot of vegan options. We have a lot of low-carb options on our menu as well. So you have a nice, clean, refreshing lunch. And then we have a beautiful sweet treat at the very end to round it all off. So you have a nice, beautiful balance.
Yeah, it definitely was nice to have when I actually had Alpha-Gal for several months and had to be dairy-free. And I was craving cheesecake. And I'm like, oh, they've got dairy-free cheesecake. Yeah, now, those you have to pre-order.
We do,
yeah, because I know they're made different ingredients and you don't want it sitting on the shelf too long. But it was great to say, hey, go on and order it. And it was great. I mean, you really can't tell much difference. So as a dairy-free allergy, you have that option.
You do, yes. And, we played around with that recipe for a while, and I will tell you, you can get that at any time if you walk in at our River Ridge location. That tends to be our hub for a lot of our vegan-friendly ingredient options. And so we played around with that one, the taste and the texture, and we created a beautiful cashew butter and tofu cheesecake, which is completely dairy-free. And a vegan option in both the triple chocolate, which is my personal favorite, and then also the nice clean vanilla bean cashew butter too. Yeah,
they were. I think I had the vanilla bean one that was really good, and then luckily I had the treatment with the acupuncture, and I'm able to eat everything then. So I've had regular cheese, able to come get regular cheesecake now. What do you recommend if people want to pre-order something? Is it little ones, or just you still pre-order the big ones? How much lead time do you need when they're doing pre-orders for either events or birthdays?
So at any time, go ahead and walk in our store. So if you need something immediately, come see us immediately, and we can usually put something together for you. Our production staff is working around the clock in our kitchens. So sometimes we have stuff coming out of the oven. So if you're looking for a flavor that we don't have in there, come in and ask us or give us a call. Otherwise, you can go on our website, and within 36 hours, we can have a custom cheesecake made for you. So that is either our 9-inch option or any of our 4-inch minis. So if you want a banana split miniature cheesecake or a pineapple upside down miniature cheesecake, which, by the way, give us a call on that one. If you're looking for any of those specific flavors, you can call us and or go online and create those within 36 hours. We'll have that box all logoed up for you and ready to go, freshly topped for your celebration.
I see you're on DoorDash and Grubhub now. So how is that working? That getting a lot of orders?
We do, yes. And it's nice because if you are in the Bedford region, that'll be coming from our Crossing Center store. So that covers the radius. And if you are in our Lynchburg and you are looking for closer to Madison Heights, that comes from Lynchburg store. And so you are able to order a quick birthday cake. So if you have a quick celebration and you want to send them a happy birthday cheesecake in our heart-shaped gift packaged box, DoorDash can be there within 30 to 45 minutes, and boom, you have a birthday gift and you're on top of it. So that last minute order where you couldn't maybe get to the pre-order online in our website, you can go ahead into DoorDash, get them a nice sweet treat, and let it show up on their doorstep, and boom, you have a delivered product. And I can't find another company out there that can get you a gift packaged mini birthday cake within 30 to 45 minutes.
No, you definitely can't, especially not a cheesecake, because it's those are fresh and they are delicious. They're not like boxed up, frozen over day, for a couple days. You're getting a fresh cake. And now I get, Monday is Valentine's Day. Is there any specials or things you got going on for Valentine's Day?
Yes, today is actually our last day to pre-order all of our specialty cheesecakes. So if you're looking for a flavor of the not in store,
I'm on the website now. What do I need to do here?
Today is our last day to pre-order for that, so we're cutting off pre-orders. We run out of space for Valentine's Day for all of our pre-orders. As you know, it is a refrigerated product, so we are limited to the amount of space that we have in refrigeration, despite how much we've grown. So go ahead, get those pre-orders in today so we can get your flavors
locked in. And it's pretty easy. I already see pre-order, and it says pick up February 14th.
That's correct.
And then you have your 4-inch on here, and all your, I guess
our samplers.
The 4 inches is the little mini ones.
The miniature gift package ones.
And then a regular cake is what size?
Is the 9-inch.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure I get mine, because my wife, I gotta figure out which one. Get my wife's favorite.
So get on there.
Get on there and do it. So today's the last day to.
Today is the last day to pre-order and for pickup, and this is all for pickup at our Forest location. That is our main place where all of our pastry chefs for our cheesecakes are located.
Man, so
all
many
of our
options.
customizations
Golly.
there. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming.
It's just tell you. I'm getting hungry looking at it. Man, Woody, you better get on it.
What's that growling sound? Man, it's Brandon's stomach.
I don't know which one to pick. I end up picking my favorite, and it'd be like, here it is. And she's like, that ain't my favorite. But
that's why you got to get like just 2, 3.
Yeah. And then I did. It's one day this year is National Cheesecake Day, and I went in and bought 3 and got 1 free.
Yeah.
So that's the time to. When is Cheesecake Day? Is that in the fall?
It's the end of July. Every year. Believe me, we never forget.
Yeah, you're not going to forget that.
Most epic day.
Go ahead and put it on your schedule.
I will tell you, we go between 6,000 to 8,000 miniature cheesecakes on National Cheesecake Day, and our team was hammered nonstop.
Y'all had that many?
That many, yeah.
Oh my Lord!
When we celebrate big, honestly, this past year it was buy a sampler, get a sampler free, or buy a mini, get a mini free.
What I did.
So
I bought.
It was pretty much get a mimic of.
I bought free, 4 and got 4 free. I believe it was.
It was huge.
Oh, they were big hits. I was giving them out to the family and people in the office. So end of July, going to mark your calendars. So that one we walked. And I was surprised. I walked in probably at lunchtime, and there was so many. You were selling a lot, but they were filling this case as quick as they were leaving.
Nonstop. In the back, we'll have several mixers going, so they are literally making that whipped cream to order. So right before it swings through that kitchen door,
it's fresh.
That has been fresh whipped and topped and everything right out to the front case. So it is definitely a process from start to finish.
So it's a lot of good. Yeah. So is there a big difference in your recipe to other like restaurants that do them? Let's say Cheesecake Factory, that you do something that's Is it a big deal? I know everybody has their own recipe. You don't have to tell me any secrets, but is there stuff that you use that you notice that's just more that works better with a cheesecake?
So there's two very major that are very important to us. When we look at vanilla, for instance, we call the Simply Vanilla Gourmet Cheesecakes. There is no imitation when it comes to our products. So you are getting vanilla bean in there. You are not getting an imitation extract at all.
Mm-hmm.
When you're getting our coconuts, you're getting coconut milk. You're not getting all of the extracts, and you can taste the difference, especially when you look at key lime or you look at lemon. That is fresh squeezed lemon juice. We actually take cases of lemons and we squeeze those lemons and freshly zest all of them to get them into our cheesecakes. So when you taste our product, there's a difference. You don't taste the shortcuts that you would in mass manufacturing. It is still very much an artisan product for us, that we look at the ingredients first and we inspect those ingredients before they even touch our cheesecakes within our facility. And then the second step is we invest a lot into what we use to protect our cheesecakes, from the very beginning process to the baking process themselves. A lot is different in the technique of how we bake these cheesecakes versus a lot of different other options for baking, and then obviously versus the manufacturing larger scale factory version.
Nice. And I'm on here now actually pre-ordering a 9-inch for pickup, because we'll have to so I can have it for dinner that night. That'd be perfect. Oh man, I picked 4. I mean, because you can actually get a 9-inch, but you can get several. I was looking at that. You can get several flavors. I guess you do it in quarters. Like
We
one
do it
quarter
in
may be
quarters,
strawberry, one
Yeah.
may be pineapple, and then you cut them up. So everybody wins.
Yeah,
That's great.
Exactly. We can talk cheesecake all day.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
here. I'm
yeah.
here.
That's what. Yeah, and these cookies are looking
Sweets and
fabulous
treats.
here. What got you into cooking? So did you? I mean, I know you're doing it now, but like, did you always have a dream to cook or do cakes or?
I would say hospitality is my heart. I love guest services. I love customer service. I love people and community, and how I can wrap that all into one to create sort of the big picture element. My degree is in hospitality management, hotel restaurant management. From Penn State. And I loved my degree. I love meeting new people. I love being able to travel and experience new things, and the creativity. But then I also have a technical and pastry arts. So being able to work with my hands and visually put things together from start to finish, and then be able to share it.
Mhm.
And the ability to share with more and more and more people. And then not only share the product, but then also be able to share ideas with team members and peers, and really help grow that as well. So that is really the key motivator
Yeah.
in being able to do this is really the element of
Did you have to
people.
did you go to a lot of schooling to learn the cheesecakes? Is it kind of something you learned in the family, or you kind of did as your own, or?
Honestly, my great-grandfather was a baker all of his life.
Okay.
He had a bakery growing up, and he used to come at 4 o'clock every day, and I'd hear the gate hit at the top of the yard. And there was 4 of us. I'm one of 4 girls, the
Okay.
oldest. And he would always bring us a fresh loaf of bread or some cookies or
So he kind of
sweet
gave y'all
treats.
some tips and different
Believe it or
skills,
not, I
or?
never trained underneath him. I just always seen him and his passion. And all the time he would come down and go, "Oh, this recipe wasn't right. Oh, this wasn't
Yeah,
fully
but
the
it
way I
tasted
wanted."
delicious.
And it tasted great to us, but it was more of his consistency,
Yeah.
and his love of just wanting to share that with us. I think that really passed over. And I never knew I was going to be in the pastry arts field or actually own my own business. And that came over by accident in a bare chance for us to be able to do it. But then as later on in life went, I always followed hospitality. I worked for the Marriotts. I worked with Chick-fil-A. I worked with large conference centers and did caterings for weddings. And so I've always worked in the large scale, sector for it. And then been able to get my hands on a little bit, and then play in marketing, and then play in sales,
Yeah.
and play in
That's
customer
good.
service. So the ability to consistently move around is what I love. I don't like to be locked down in any given one thing. I always like looking for opportunities, which
That's-
makes me an entrepreneur. I guess.
Definitely. That's what,
Good
and that's
definition.
you're following your passion. So that's
Yeah.
great. So if you're listening today, you need to follow here. She has a Facebook page for Simply
That's correct.
Vanilla Gourmet Cheesecakes. So follow that for specials and things. And their website is easy to use. So it's Simply Vanilla Gourmet Well, I can't see the rest. What is that?
SimplyVanillaGourmet.com.
.com.
Yep.
And then you can pre-order. You can go in, and stores always have stuff pick up. Great lunches too, so don't forget that piece as well. Go by and get you when you get a cheesecake and sandwich, or you got different quiches and salads.
Chicken salad.
That's
our top seller.
And they also have cookies and I think muffins and all kinds of stuff. So definitely, we always preach here: shop local, support local. And Jessica and be knowing, as well, she's a Brown's Heating and Air customer. We put in a couple train units for them about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So we keep it shop local. We support them every time, and they support us, and that's the thing that keeps communities growing in the local people in business and growing as well. So thank you for your support for us. For Brown's Heating and Air as well.
Yeah, your work speaks for itself. I can tell you that.
Thank you. Yeah. We appreciate that, and so does yours. I'm telling you what, the cheesecakes are awesome. The desserts, the lunches, we never hear any bad. I'm always there buying some. So go by the mall, and the mall location is actually near. What other stores? What's the best way to get?
TJ Maxx.
Okay.
Yep. JCPenney's and TJ Maxx is the best entrance.
So you can go in there and get your cake. If you have any vegan or allergy issues before you go, call them, because they've been really great. When I had the Alpha Gal, I called and talked to someone there, and they're like, "Oh, we've got you covered." And so because I was worried about eating it, and they were like, "No, this and this is not in it." So they will tell you and make sure you get you something. And if it's not already made, they were like, "We'll make it for you." Just let us know what you can't have.
Our chefs are always on site, so you can speak to somebody one-on-one.
So they're actually helping. They want to help everybody, so you can enjoy the food. And so follow on Facebook, the website, pre-order, get your Valentine's pre-order in. Today is the last day. So go ahead and order, and go by and see them for your lunch or your catering as well, and birthdays. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. So thank you for coming again, Jessica.
Thank you.
And thank you all for listening again. And we will see y'all next Wednesday.